welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love once again. Welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And once again, I'm so grateful to all of you. All of you already swinging through. I shouldn't overlook, right? What's already coming through, the goodness, the fun, the positivity and encouragement. Hit the like on your way in if you folks would, Period. Peace and Jack. Jack is love, man. Peace and love, baby. Peace and love to you all. Today, the topic, I'm filled with faith. I'm filled with hope. Most of all, I'm filled with just this deep, deep peace. And with that peace, it's just filled with love, man. So I hope the love comes through to all of you, whether you're here with me live or later. Look for it. I promise it's there. The love that is. Mike, blessings to you, my brother. Blessings to you. And thank you. I get a lot of people pointing out when it doesn't look so great. So thank you for giving me a little throw there too. Today I've got a few notes. I've got ideas, but mostly I've just got love and peace that I want to share while we're here together, because I've come to this conclusion. You and we are here for more than you dreamed. Me too. I trust in that. See, and trust in that which you cannot see. You can't prove that you're here for more than you dream, but logically it makes sense to me. And so if I can get across these ideas that you realize that too, we'll grow our faith. We'll have the courage enough to let go, surrender to greater, right? Letting go of the old beliefs, the limiting beliefs. This idea of faith, blind faith, it really is a profound courage. You gotta give yourself a lot of for myself, it took me a lot of convincing to be brave enough to let go of control, to stop fighting, to trust in his direction, meaning the direction, and just step into the unknown. I did that a long time ago, and I've been learning to grow a lot more comfortable with it. Because the reality is, if you think about these thoughts, I think you'll find them to be true. You have faith. All of us do. I went through a lot of my life thinking I didn't have faith because I didn't have a relationship with God. So maybe that was true. I didn't know what to have faith in. But I had faith. All of us do. You can have faith in the answers, the opinions, the memories that you've already found. You can have faith in those things, or you can have faith in what remains unknown to you. And if you're facing problems or challenges, there's an answer. It's waiting for you. And it'll show itself to you at the right time. And when the right time, you'll know what to do. That's what I've been learning how to trust in myself, for myself. To realize, I did realize, faith is with you. And what you decide, what you choose, it's entirely up to you. Are you going to give faith in a problem? Faith in a thought? Are you going to give faith in a memory of a thought? Or are you going to give someone a chance? Are you going to give yourself a chance? Are you going to give God a chance? The true unknown, right? The unknown that You really do know. And you want to know more. That God of ours, you already know God. At some level of your mind and heart, you know it already. It's in you and within you, the memory and it's all there. That's what I found to be true for me. See, I just felt separated from God, but I wasn't. I never was, and I never could be. But then I thought God wasn't for me. God was for other people that were, had those healthy families, they looked good and they put on a good show. I thought that's where God was at for them, not me. The crazy thoughts we convince ourselves to believe. It really is. It's just absolutely fascinating, man. Truly fascinating. Some of my thoughts today, just reminders of thoughts I had before, but the practice I had today was true surrender. Surrendering to be with God. And I spent time in heaven today, to be honest. Solitude and peace and comfort, massage, allowing the muscles to unwind, stretching, allowing the body to move, to be flexible. Oh, it feels so good to be alive. When you stop and do those things for yourself, right? You take care of yourself, you love yourself like you matter, right? Like your joy matters. Something I heard the other day and I forgot to bring up. This makes sense that joy, the feeling of joy, the expression of joy, it's a signal inside of you that tells your body to live. It like it helps you be better, feel better. And the mind is an incredibly magnificent thing. The mind within you, oh my God. It is so incredible. The mind, the even the brain, right? The biology that's within our bodies that makes us be and live, so we can work and we can go online and scroll. Fucking humanity, man. The whole system is lost. Oh my God. In each moment, in each thought, in each day, all of us, every one of us, we participate in this continuation of existence, which truly is an energetic experience through consciousness, right? And each day we get to add to the light or the darkness, the energies of light, the energies of darkness. You get to be a part of that because we're a part of something that's pretty special, something that's pretty magnificent. Life here on earth. Life is to be loved, not purchased, not sold. Life is to be loved, not even protected. Let me not go too far because no, we should protect life. We should always do a better job of protecting life, conserving life, nurturing life, growing life. And I haven't been on my animal cruelty platform in a while, but it's time to really focus on and face this sickness that is our industrialized meat production facilities. But we can also address the militarized society that's growing around us, brothers and sisters. What the hell is going on in this world? Oh yeah, a lot of it is hell because that's where people think they are. A lot of people think they'd rather rule and be powerful in hell rather than serve willingly in heaven. Be like the angels who serve forth blessings and wisdom. Be like that for yourself, for others. You get to be however you want to be. Now, to a certain degree, of course, it's limited by only you and God. But it can be complicated and it can be very confusing. It's quite challenging to explain, um, especially in a way that might really make sense. But the realities that people project around them is just fascinating to me. Real Watt Life, I am so glad you are here again. Man, hey there, I love that. The Chatter King. Victory over the self is the seed from which peace with the world grows. Victory over the self. Yes, there's parts of us within us. I don't know if it's so much a victory as it is an integration because we want to bring the wholeness of us in. And by becoming whole, we're no longer fractured. And when we're no longer fractured or divided, conflicts are just pretty much done. So the key is to, I get what you're saying though, the mastering the self, that is the victory that each of us seeks and can and should achieve. Where'd that go? You know what? It hasn't been long. What should I do? Should I drop the link already or not? I never do really know. Fractured but whole. I was considering these ideas as well earlier today. The multiplicity within the singularity. Okay. The idea of the Trinity. I was listening to a lecture earlier today from Rupert Sheldrake regarding that topic of how the Trinity, the idea, the concept of the three, it's found in so many different ways. And one of the most simplest things is the idea we are within this one expression of time within duality, right? It is and is not. It's glorious. The idea though of duality is that there are polarities, there are opposites. But if you think about, when you look at opposites objectively, hot, cold, masculine, fem, those are kind of intermixed. Let's not be too hot and cold is probably the easiest, right? The two are complementary for another. They're identical in nature, just separated by quality. So the nature of hot and cold, it is the same. It's like a temperature reading, right? um, but hot through the opposites, they complement one another. They help each other shine stronger, right? In comparison. But in the end, it's one. It is one. So hot and cold might be two, it's two obviously different things, and yet they are one thing. The fractured but whole, when we focus on the pieces, right, we get lost, confused. We get separated from the bigger picture when we feel fractured. That's how confusion sets in. That's been my observation within me, at least. Literally, the devil of confusion, it's found in being overwhelmed by details or conflicting details or, things like that. So the devil is in the details, and the devil of confusion is found when we are fractured and separated from the truth. That's how we feel, at least. But what I found truly is to trust. Faith is the way to be, because how do you have peace in your heart if you're all worried and anxious? You don't. You don't have any peace in your heart if you're worried or anxious, you done something wrong, you're feeling guilty. You know you should be doing, but you're not doing, right? So you feel a little bit of shame because of your judgment. When we have all those feelings within and we're denying ourselves from participating in the growth and the nurturing and the loving of life, when we fail to participate in that, we don't find peace in the heart. And when we lack the peace in the heart, that's where life really does start to suck. That's what happens for me, man. I don't know what I missed. Um, hey, greetings, Steve. Good to see you, my brother. Where am I? Where is Ruby? Lalo, you are such a trip too. I truly enjoy all the characters that God's created for me to discover. The people like you, all of you, man. It's just fascinating to me. Here, I'm going to go ahead. For those who are present, wish to just kind of hang out a little bit. My intention is not to bark at people, but if you're interested and you're present and you want to join, ideally the topic, growing faith through surrender. What does that look like? If you were to grow faith through surrender, if that was true, if that was a path, but if it obviously is, because if you are in control, right? Your faith is in you. If things don't work out how you think they should, you're going to blame you. At least that's what I used to do. I didn't have faith in powers beyond me, yet the signs and the evidence is overwhelming. Once you have a calm mind and God allows you to see the patterns and to see the order of your life, once you can see that clearly, the involvement of God is undeniable, at least to me. I no longer doubt in God. I no longer believe in God. I believe there's more to everything, right? I trust that what's meant for me will find me. Thank you to all of you, whether you're here with me live or you're here with me later. Thank you for finding me. And I'm grateful I found you too, because if you weren't here, well, I guess I'd just be sitting in a room talking to myself, looking really insane for sure. And so, Panelverse, thank you for your support. Folks, if you are enjoying this, hit the like, man, subscribe. You don't miss out because there's something happening here. This Live Without Fear, there's something happening here. There really is. And please share. The energy, yeah. This was one of my thoughts I was considering as I was starting this topic, growing faith through surrender. It's easiest to have courage when you've got support. You've got encouragement, right? We're here to support one another. We're here to encourage one another. We don't have to beat each other down. That comes from beating ourselves up. And a lot of that comes from what the world taught us. You're not here to beat yourself up. I mean, you can if you want to, but if you're going to be a bully to you, you're not going to share a lot of joy or gladness. At least that's how I used to be. And that's unfortunate too, because I never understood that life could be so glorious. I never did. And I'm still learning. I'm still discovering the amazing potentials and possibilities of life. Now that I've been doing a lot of inner work. I ain't done, and I'm not claiming to be done. I know there's still work for me, but I pay attention. And I've learned to learn, okay? All of us. We're not done learning until you think you know. You think you know, and then you're all headstrong. If you think you know and you've got faith in what you think more than what's out there, you're cutting yourself short. That's been my experience, at least. Because it wasn't until I opened up my mind to look for answers different than what I used to believe. It wasn't until I looked that I found anything. Hello, it's really that simple, guys. Life does not have to be this complicated. Trust me. Please. Trust in love. Trust that love is why you live. And if you allow yourself to live for love, you'll live with love. Love won't be away from you because you're always there for love. And that's what I'm really working for myself to do as well. Um, hey, Sarah, thank you from Jeeves Crisp. Long time. It's been a while. Good for you. Thank you for checking in. Sincerely. I'm still growing. I feel kind of like I'm spinning my wheels a lot. Uh DW, DW, fighting gnosis. Blessings to you. Much love as well. Thank you. Thank you. Things are moving forward. My brothers, my sisters, trust in that. That's what life is. It's forward. The world wants us to look back, to be bound and regulated and restricted by opinions and regulations and traditions. And oh my God, you can't be different. Be different in this world. Stand out. If you screw up, apologize, do what's right, learn from the mistakes, but don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to speak your truth, to know your truth, to be authentic about you, with you. No one can be true to you and your feelings but you. And the world around us wants to fight each other for control, to compete with each other, to outdo one another. That's a bunch of bullshit, man. I mean, come on now. It's time for us to grow up as people, as humanity, all around the world. It's coming true. I'm growing in confidence of this. I could be wrong. I've been wrong a lot, so I'm prepared to be wrong, but I haven't given up on this idea that God has created this glorious, incredible world for us, all of us, to learn from, to discover, to grow with. Part of growing is the expansion of consciousness. There's many explanations and theories on consciousness and this realm that we exist within, but regardless of how you approach life here on earth, within the stars and the heavens and the moons and all of this stuff, it's all connected, man. There ain't no separating you from me. There ain't no separating the Israeli from the Palestinian. Those who hurt others suffer. Brothers and sisters, if we unite together with faith, growing in faith, surrendering to the truth, no longer fighting nor denying the truth that has been revealed to us. This world has been corrupted for a long time. Let the purity of the world be with you the best way you can, the best way God leads you to, but be pure, be true, be authentic, become innocent. How do you become innocent? Well, you stop doing wrong. Don't accept the excuses for yourself. Well, they do it too. I used to do that. It's nonsense, man. It's absolute nonsense. Um, And this idea that we can't change, bullshit. Inside of yourself, figure this out. Inside of myself, what I found, the majority of time I said I can't, was most often I won't. What are you wanting yourself from? What are you saying you can't? And you actually, if you tried, if you took a step forward, maybe the Spirit of God and Christ might move the universe in the right direction so that you could succeed. That's what I'm doing. Is the universe going to move? Is Jack going to be given an opportunity to succeed? Tune in, subscribe if you have not. Make sure you are a part of this. You know what, Imperious? You've been around. You are such a fascinating character. I do love. I am a fan of. You know what? This is God's creation, guys. All of these entertaining characters that have been brought forth, it's like the light attracting the moths, and the moths are entertained with the light, but the light is just there to be, and I'm here to be entertaining, I guess. I don't, that was a poor analogy because I don't want to call anyone here a moth. That was kind of silly, Jack, or stupid. I mean, no offense, but brothers and sisters, you know what? Where is it going to stop? Where is the darkness stop and the goodness begin? Where's the seesaw end? And we get off this roller coaster of up and down, lose and win. When are we going to unite together with balance, strength, grounded in our being, and our being with love? It's easy to stand strong when you know there's nothing to lose, when you've already given it all up. And if you can give it all up, all your ideas, all your beliefs, all your excuses, and you can be with the infinite possibility, right? The giver of infinite possibilities, and allow your mind and heart to be with God, where it came from, where it returns to. And it's been loaned to you, been given to you, your mind, your heart. It's yours to do with what you will. But what I found safest for me, give my mind to God. It's literally that simple. And then when you know that God is the truth, then you give your mind to the truth. When you know that you only know the truth with love, you give your mind to love. And so you give your mind to God by giving your mind and attention to love, the love that's with you, the love that's within you, the love that has sustained you, the love that does sustain you, and the love that you can carry on, right? A focus on that love can give your body this feeling of life, and your body, rather than being all exhausted and run down, you get up dreading the day, and then shortly after you get started in the day, you're hoping to go to bed again. I don't know if anyone else has lived that way, but I used to. God, that was miserable. When I couldn't escape my mind and the thoughts of my mind, oh my God, I suffered. Only God knows why. Kid Rock. Kid Rock was a part of my past, and he seems like an all right guy. He's connected to old Donnie Boy. Maybe we could have a party there at the White House, drink some beers around the UFC fight, right? Really celebrate the birthday. What the hell is going on in America, guys? Have you looked at the news? I mean, have you seriously looked and seen what the insanity is being shown? Oh, God's goodness is just waiting patiently. No, it's not. God's love and goodness is. There's no thought of patience or impatience. It's just its nature of being. God's love is. It's what brings forth life, creates the space and time for light to travel, the energies, right? The photons of the sun and the photons of the sun, the lights, photons reflecting off things. That's what apparently hits our eyes, so I'm told, right? So the photons coming from the sun are the most recent divine natural emanation of light in this universe that comes here right to us. And our body's created to interact with that sunshine, with that breath that blows through the leaves, right? We had a gorgeous day here in Baltimore. Sun is shining, but it cooled off from yesterday. A gorgeous breeze blowing through. Life and nature. It's all in balance. It's all in perfection. It's all here for us, the world. Blessings to all of you. What was this? Humanity is currently such a mix of good and bad. It does make life an absolute mystery and adventure. But I believe through the progression and the natural development of knowledge and consciousness, awareness, the answers here on Earth, humankind is rediscovering and discovering greater truths than what the masses have known before. So the progression I see is actually the fulfillment of many of the old prophecies, whether it's the Hopi prophecy, as I understand it, or many of the faiths have this idea of the return of change, right? A lot of them imagine a return of an individual. And I used to think that too, but I don't believe it's an individual that's going to return a Messiah. It could be. It could be that a bodily form of Jesus somehow manifests and emerges in this reality, but I experience and trust it's more of it's a concept. That's what the whole stories are about, allegories and whatever. It's to reveal meaning to us. The Prince of Peace, the new kingdom. As you and I and others of us, as we lead others and as we lead ourselves and others through life, we navigate life, accepting what life brings forth, not trying to fight life, not trying to control life, not trying to punish those who live, right? When we individually learn how to accept life and to flow with life with love, we lead ourselves through life with love. We lead others with love. And as we lead ourselves with love and others with love, and as love is leading, right? Guess what comes forth? A brand new world, total transformation. See, that's the inner peace. I was considering back to the topic of Trinity again. I was considering what life really is in its singularity. It is creation and destruction. Through creation and through the sustainment, right? And the third piece is the power that sustains the change and the quality of creation and destruction. But through those powers, creation, destruction, it's transformation. It's, as I understand the laws of energy, it's not created or destroyed, it's just transformed, it's transmuted. That's what creation and destruction is. It's a change of pieces. That's what we do all the time. Why did I get on that topic again? There's some reason I thought I was going to land that somewhere. When the sun goes down, well, I am of the, what's the right word? Heliocentric model, I think. I believe in the expanding universe and infinite space, that at some point we may be able to travel beyond limits that we used to think. Yeah, Jack, it's crazy to think light has a speed and we are behind in what is actually happening because light takes time to get to us. Most of the stars we see actually no longer exist. That's what I've heard too. And theoretically, it kind of makes a lot of sense. Hey, good on that. Much needed rain in western Montana. Good. It's much rather having no fires for sure. Have I apologized to Paul yet? He hasn't allowed us an opportunity to communicate. I sent him a message a few weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken, but last time I saw, he hadn't looked. So it's not, there's no opportunity. This is the thing. If you happen to talk to Paul, let him know. I'd be happy to discuss. Offer any apologies. No reason to have hurt feelings. I mean, here we go. Lord, where else can we go? For you alone have the word of life. And that word of life that was offered from him, quoting, referring to Jesus, his word of life was love. And love is, it truly is, it is the way to be with God. Love is heavenly, love is divine, true love, not conditioned love, not selfish love, not lustful love. Anything that requires you to consume, that's not what I'm talking about. Love is the way of Jesus. Michael, blessings and welcome to you. And thank you, boy. I I love the thumbnail too, to be honest. It is the blind faith. It is the profound courage to let go of control, trust in his direction, and step into the unknown. And hey, wonderful. Welcome, my brother. How are you, boy?
I'm not doing too well, Jack, but why hasn't anybody joined yet? Like,
They were waiting for you, perhaps.
oh, that's so flattering. Thank you.
Well, what's okay? You willing to share what's weighing you down today? What's troubling
Uh, an infection, inflammation in my ear. Yeah,
you? Okay.
yeah. So, and I haven't
Mhm.
slept very well lately, so that's bothering me too. So, yeah. But
Rest
let's
is, huh?
rest is important, right? Yeah,
Especially for your healing.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And this, a new commandment I give to you, that you love one another just as I have loved you. You also are to love one another. And those were to the ones that were closest to him. So he showed us how to be, to treat one another through those stories. He didn't, right? History did. Um, but it was through documenting him and his ways, I guess. This concept of not casting pearls to swine, in my experience, wisdom truly is the treasure, and swine will keep their heads in the ground or in the muck, right? They're not really there to listen. They'll just trample all over wisdom with their opinions and disagreements.
That's why they're swine, right?
Well, a few people came to my mind as I was saying that. um, Jesus had the gift and knowing when it was time to walk away. But he cast some pearls. He left some real gems and caused some reactions, right? And rather than getting beat, they tried throwing rocks at him. They tried coming after him. He was provoking.
He didn't wear a pearl necklace, did he? I'm sure of that. No.
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 Hey, and back to you, brother. I join with Trexty. Hope you feel better soon. that
Thank you, Trax.
that god awful image you use can't make you feel good.
Yeah. It creeps me out so much. Yeah,
Oh,
well,
did I freeze or did you
yes,
freeze?
yes, you froze. I mean, my picture is frozen all the
I
time.
think I froze.
Yeah, you're back now.
I
And then
think
you
I
froze again.
froze.
Mhm.
Are you there? Am I
Yep.
back?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I think I froze there for a little bit. Um, yeah, hope you feel better soon. That's
Thank you. Thank you.
that's where I was. Something came to my mind though, because I always wonder what might be a reason? What might things mean? Are you not listening to people? Or are you hearing things that cause you pain?
Oh, because it's my ear?
Yeah. I'm just guessing, but I don't
No,
know.
I mean, this ear thing has been, I mean, I've been deaf in that ear for, I don't know, over like somewhere near 40 years. So, yeah. It's what happens to genius people, dude. They just go deaf on one side. It's like, it happens to a lot of people. Or maybe it's
It,
masturbation. I don't know. I don't know. It could be that.
you know what? I truly trust in mysteries. I I'm really learning how to surrender to this life and to accept pretty much any possibility. But the thought that comes to my mind is I'm anticipating some incredible testimonials from people, miraculous healings, um, miraculous opportunities, just amazing things. That's what I'm looking for everyone.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. But I think, it's just a minor issue. You know, it's just a minor issue. I think it will heal.
There you
Maybe in
go.
a week or 2 weeks. I don't know. It's just bothering me for the last few days. And before that, I couldn't. I think I didn't talk to you about this. I just had these weird dreams, these vision. It wasn't dreams. It was like more like a vision. The dreams were so vivid and so colorful, and you know, I wasn't sleeping, but I was dreaming. How weird
Yeah.
is that? I mean, you wake up tired, after dreaming when you're not sleeping. That's so it was a very vivid dream. I could tell the complete dream. The dream didn't disappear, and yeah, and I got tired of the whole fucking visions or dreaming, and then it happened to me like for the fourth night. And I just told the dream, fuck off, dude. I'm not interested. Opened my eyes, turned around, and I actually caught some sleep. So, yeah, that helped me. But I had not been sleeping for a week or so. I had been resting, right, during the night, but just couldn't sleep. But I was dreaming when I wasn't sleeping. That's so weird. Yeah. And yeah, like I said, I got tired of it and just said to the dream, fuck it. I don't wanna dream this stupid dream again.
Maybe that was your lesson.
Yeah.
because we face things in our life, and I believe it is to strengthen our character, to decide, what do you want to do, what do you want to entertain, what do you want to allow. And
I never liked dreams or thought that dreams were, like a glimpse into the future. Or I think dreams are just confusing. I think it's just a glitch somehow. What is your opinion on that, Jack? Do you
it's another,
dream?
I might, but I don't remember them very often. It's very seldom anymore that I used to dream very vividly when I was younger.
Mm.
But yeah, Carl Jung, I understand. I haven't looked into his writings on the dream world, but I've looked into like shamanic practices and, other methods of exploring the dream world. Um, and so I come down to every single one of us is on a very unique individual experience. So anything you experience may or may not have, a conscious known relevance for you. It's
Yeah.
interesting, but a lot of
Yeah.
the dreams, what's that?
No, I said yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, D7, I love this. The greatest love of all, it is easy to achieve. Well, the path the path is very direct and it's very simple, yet for some people they want to make it long and suffering. But the greatest love, it is learning to love yourself. It is the greatest love of all. But
That
that's
is
love.
true. That is true, Whitney Houston. It is. Yeah.
Well, it's loving your whole self, not really seeing yourself as broken and fractured or limited, but seeing your wholeness within the whole experience of you, and seeing you with the whole experience of the world, because we are. And this, the path for humanity, we have had the answers. We've lacked the understanding and the practice. The answers are there. We all walk in love. As Christ loved us and gave himself up for us, walk with love. Surrender to love so you have faith in greater. It really is that simple of a path.
Yes, it sounds simple, but in reality, in practice, it's quite a tough job. You know,
Mm.
you get crucified in the end. You know, so
Well, there's there's evidence. I was looking into some of the research from the past regarding the ideas that we live within a field of consciousness. Within that field of consciousness is memory. So there's a field of memory through which we all are. And some of the ideas behind this, the idea of the 100th monkey effect, which I now heard may not have been actually accurate. But are you familiar with that idea, the 100th monkey effect? Here, sorry, I didn't really land the conclusion. What they found is initially through testing rats in a particular way, they found generationally the rats they would solve the puzzles easier, quicker than past generations. So it's like they were tuning into a field of memory.
uh-huh.
The point is, the more people who learn how to do this, and there are many people doing inner healing, working at expanding their consciousness, working at actually walking the walk that was taught and lived by Jesus, more and more people are going to find it very easy to actually let go, surrender, heal. It's the first ones right? It's the first of anything. It's a little bit tougher, but that's who we all are. We are the first of who we are, all of us. We're here to lead humanity into the future.
Wow, that's uh, that's kind of deep.
It's the
Hey,
truth.
so since I saw you were in the Battle of Gurus yesterday or the day before yesterday, I don't remember. Like, how did that end? I just caught a glimpse of it.
Oh man, it was wonderful. Two very similar, very bright, caring, passionate men, right? Carl and DNW, our friend Gracie Guru, and Finding Gnosis channel. It was, in my opinion, I enjoyed a lot of our conversations. I have. I feel blessed, man. Boy, we've got some pretty cool people around us. You too. You're one of them too, man.
Thank you, thank you.
Um,
I'm not going to join the Battle of the Gurus because gurus, per definition, do not battle or compare. Right? That's one of the secrets that the good guru does never speak of comparison. You know, yeah, yeah, right.
that's wisdom.
That's
That is
wisdom.
wisdom.
Yeah,
And see, that's actually a lesson I've been slow to learn, perhaps, because I always want to fight to be right. But
yeah,
truly, there is no battle. A true guru, a true and the guru. That's not what I'm seeking either. But true man of peace has no battle.
yeah, yeah.
Which is funny to me.
Because there's a big war to fight, right? And still, I mean, what are we like gardeners in a war, or are we soldiers in the garden? Uh, uh,
We
that's a
are tools.
comparison. That's a comparison. I'm not a guru yet, but but still, I think it's better to be a warrior in the garden than to be a gardener in the war. You know.
Yeah.
Again, I'm doing the comparison. See, I'm not a guru yet. I'm not there, even by my own rules. But yeah. What do
Well,
you think about eschatology, about the end of times, Jack?
time is an illusion.
Ah, okay. So
I guess
how about the
in
end of
the
the
idea
end of
here.
the illusion?
So yeah, so we can have that conversation. Uh, I believe that we will soon realize the unity of everything, including time, um, and to know that we are that. And in this awakening, in the end times idea, it's the return of Christ, at least from the biblical perspective, um, the return of Jesus. So he reigns supreme here on earth. Well, we know the archetype, we know the principalities of what he would say and choose, right? For the most part. So I really do believe that as nature is, we are here to overcome that which has limited growth from the past. That's what life does. And in the human form, we're here to overcome the darkness and the disease of greed and selfishness, that disease of cruelty that people have been so unwilling to give up. We're here to wipe out that disease, to break the patterns of the past, to elevate the consciousness of humanity together. And it's happening.
Mm,
All of us are we're all a piece of this, but many don't understand their part. And I only have theories about my own part till something happens.
I want to hear those theories. or at least one of them. So, what are
Well,
your theories about part of this um, enlightenment?
I've theorized that, well, my prayer long ago was to try and find a way to, follow the way of Jesus, to do his way until he returns. And that includes in the prophecy. So my interpretation of the day of judgment, it will be, we will all be judged by the truth. There will no longer be these non-disclosure agreements or authority, plausible deniability, all this bullshit that corruption thrives within will be gone, right? So this
Yeah.
day of judgment is actually, it'll be an awakening. And that's what happened with me. Holy shit, this is, thank you for asking this question. I'm sorry I'm not clear. What happened with me is what I want to share with others, with the folks in DC. I had a come to Jesus moment. I was overwhelmed and immediately transformed by this feeling and power of love. The way I achieved it, God allowed me to awaken to the reality of the life I had created for myself. I want Donald Trump and the men and women of Congress to awaken to the state of this nation and see what they have been a part of, what they are a part of with the continuing funding, the enabling of the murder of innocents, not just in Gaza, also in Ukraine. The fact that our leaders are failing to use all means of diplomacy to create peace in Sudan. We've got proxy wars going on all around this world. So, sorry, the come to Jesus moment. I imagine this being a possibility, and it doesn't have to be me, but I believe this could work. If we can communicate the truth with love with one another, it's easier for people to accept. And I'm a loving guy, man. There's plenty, despite my reputation, God's been allowing me to learn how to surrender, to love, to be with love. So I think I'm prepared. But the reality is, when people wake up to the truth of their choices, people will change rapidly.
Almost instantly, right? I like what you said about that horrible day of the Lord, right? Because I'm not looking forward to it.
Why?
It's well, because I'm a sinner too. You know,
No, don't believe that.
nah. Well,
What are you sinning? Where are you sinning now? Are you sinning right now in this moment?
no, no.
All right. Can you avoid sinning from now on?
I guess I can.
Especially if you pay attention. It's not
Yeah.
hard to avoid doing stupid things.
I
Feel
drink.
free.
I drink a lot of. I drink a lot of alcohol. Not
Okay.
not too much, but sometimes I'm drunk. Sometimes I'm drunk, and that's not good, right?
Are you escaping?
I guess it's just a habit.
Mm.
But when I don't want to drink, I can leave it alone for a couple of days. Then I was, yeah, and then I'll be like, yeah, nah, I think I'll need a drink again.
Yeah, I wasn't able to do that. For me, I needed to just step away and walk away.
Drastically.
Well, yeah, I back back then I was unhealthy. The drinking and the patterns of me, I was obese. I was eating a lot of fast food. I wasn't taking care of me. I wasn't a healthy man. And that's why I was not proud of me. And the two went together. right? When we start losing pride in ourselves, we find reasons and ways to diminish our own worth. It's self-sabotage.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it really is exactly what I've been learning. It's so obvious and simple, too. With God, all things are possible. You want to stray from God and do it on your own. You want to be selfish and prideful. You show your foolishness. You will bring yourself to turn back to God.
Yeah. 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 Well,
Which
God
makes
was always with me, right?
right.
Always in. Yeah. So.
Yes. But see, our world has not understood properly because the devil of confusion, it was practiced in the authority figures of many religions. And then through the societal structures, created these ideas of even gurus, right? While there are people who are very special in their wisdom, there's people who are very special in their artistry, right? We've got all sorts of different people that are very special, but we've got these traditions of people idolizing people. And if you're gonna, no, you don't want to idolize anyone. You want to worship the experience,
Not even Jesus. Not
right?
even. He especially warned for that, right? Yeah.
He didn't seek us to worship him. He seeked
Right.
us to follow him.
Yeah.
To oh, you are so. This is our friend Rasta. He's got such a good heart, but he's so angry, man. You know what? He has
He's
reasons for it.
bitter. He's bitter.
Well, he's been fought. I mean, he's been tested. People have organizations and systems have come after him. God's using him as an example, similar to me, different than me. That's what all of us are. We are examples for the world around us. And I started this earlier, kind of not very clearly, but every day we wake up, we get to choose. Life is all about energy, frequency, and vibration. Are we going to add to the light energies or the dark energies today?
No, we're gonna make it beautiful, if we are able to. And if you're not able to, just stay away from the day. Just stay in bed. you know, just spare the world.
Some days that's what
Yeah,
is best.
what it
Some days,
takes. Some
yeah.
days that's what it takes. Yeah.
I'm not sure if you're saying he's a way or the way, but I know the way of Jesus to be love. I would be hard convinced. It would be tough to convince me that love is not the way. Not
And
after.
beauty, and functionality, right? That's yeah. Not talking about order. I don't want to be too Dutch or too German, but functionality and beauty is also part of love, man.
I would say beauty too. When
Yeah.
something functions and it's got a purpose and it serves its purpose, that is beautiful. And that which is beautiful to me is divine. And that which is divine is love. It's all love, man. It's all love.
Yeah,
Love.
I hear you, but the word love is been abused so often. So I'd like to use beauty. So
Mm, okay. I can understand that desire, and I might consider that a little bit more, but there's more to love than just the beauty. And you're right, though. The word love has been, I misunderstood it. I misused the
yeah,
idea of love in the past.
I mean, love is another word for love is actually dedication to a good result. How about that? Is that a good definition?
I
Because
think,
sometimes people say, "Oh yeah, but I had all the right intentions," and I'm like, "Yeah, but people only say that when there's bad results." Like, what the fuck is up with that? Yeah, Good intentions are only mentioned when there's bad results. And so, therefore, I said love should be translated as a dedication for a good result. How about that? Instead of this general idea, this general connotation of the word love, which is often confused with lust, right? Mostly. Not you. I mean, I know you know the
Oh,
difference.
I used to. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
used to. I don't think I'm alone when I, in my past experience, I think I identified love as obedience, um, kind of control, um, and love hurt. Right? It wasn't pleasant all the time, a lot of times. But um, here, Donald Presley, what's lovable about Trump to me? I've said this before. I see myself in Donald Trump. I see my past versions of me when I was living subconsciously, primitively, selfishly. I see me in my brother, Donald Trump. I see him as a very unhealthy man who has an incredible amount of people who do care very deeply about him, his family, and many others. I trust that they really do care about him. And I know I see him from the outside. I don't see him as a very healthy or wise man, despite his claims and appearances. um, but I also trust that if given the chance, God might allow me to help him become greater. And if Donald Trump could become greater on behalf of the American citizens instead of his own selfish fucking ego, sorry, there's Jack's judgment. um, our world would be safer. So another thing I love about Trump is what's lovable about Trump is he is a wild card. So am I. I think he could understand me despite maybe some of the disbeliefs. I think he'd get what I'd be putting out. And another thing, what's lovable about Trump, it is admittedly it's the position he holds. Through his life experience and his achievements, he is an incredibly well-connected man all around this world. And if we can connect with the people who have been taking over this world and invite them to change this world, well, holy cows, what could stop us? Nothing. So what do you think? Kind of went on and on.
I think he's well connected, right, to the banking
Yeah.
system and everything. Yeah. I don't think I would want to or could be even in that place. It takes a special kind of personality to be able to do that.
Well, I truly do. I've spent enough time imagining and wonder, and with my experience, I have personally experienced many diverse people, diverse opinions, beliefs, behaviors. I feel I've grown to be somewhat relatable. I can kind of understand a lot of different people, even though I may never have walked in their shoes. What I see with Donald Trump, yeah, he can hit a golf ball better than me because I didn't put my time and attention on games like that. Um, Not as much. But I see Donald Trump, he's suffering from unhealed, unresolved inner trauma, childhood trauma. He's got an inner child within him that's running around in the White House.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Yeah.
It's it's sad and twisted. It really is idiocracy. Art imitates life. Life imitates art. Whether you call it predictive programming or what, the reality of our state of our nation in this world is truly, let's pray, right? Let's pray for the state of our nation and our world, that God allows us to do better. Sam Uplander, I've noticed you've had quite a few. You're here often, but you're certainly quite critical of me. I'm wondering what prevents you from relating to me. Could it be just an opinion? um, I don't know that I can dance maybe that much better than Donald Trump. But I'm, I'm not much of a dancer either. That wasn't my path.
Wow.
The here was a thought I didn't unpack fully earlier. What would you say regarding connections? I was trying to think, is there a connection between faith and curiosity? Because I was looking at faith being beyond what we know. And for that, you need some curiosity. But then there's also wonder.
And also necessity, right?
That's an opinion.
Oh.
I mean, what determines what's necessary?
Um, a crisis?
Sometimes. Well, and then what's the difference between necessary and a want? Right? A difference between want and a need.
Survival.
Yeah, if that's what you
Yeah,
want.
that's a good answer. Come on. That's a good answer.
Oh my goodness. What is this?
What are they saying in chat?
Sam says, Jack, you're like 200 years older than me, and you have most divine incel power ever. How could I relate? Okay. Divine incel power. So the incel is the involuntarily celibate, as I understand.
Yeah, he misspelled incel, by the way.
Yeah, that's all right. So
Okay.
And divinely created involuntary celibacy, is that a bad thing? Admittedly, if I had other options, I probably would not be celibate, but so I guess I am involuntarily celibate. So, but I
The
have
people
faith.
that call themselves incels are not incels, okay? They masturbate, okay? So the whole definition, no, the whole definition is gone when you masturbate, you know. You cannot
Well, I don't
you can call
forgive
yourself
that.
unmarried or unrelated to a woman, but you cannot call yourself incel. No, it doesn't work.
Okay. The
Yeah.
divine part, and yeah, I've given up a lot of things. The divine part, and this could be a dance trance band. Divine incel power. Speaking of, we've got a true character in the back. I'm not sure if I want to tolerate him though, because he's
Oh.
already been diminishing and nasty in the chat.
Okay, so when he comes in bitter or sour, you know, you'll know. He probably will because you got a pretty good view on the characters. So,
Well, it's snafu.
oh, what a surprise!
I'm sure from what I saw in the chat, he wants to complain about past guests and remind me how my choices and my guests are destroying my chances to work with others.
Uh-huh.
See, he won't work with me, so he wants others to think like him. It's obscene.
Yeah, it's projection. Like, I mean, that's what he does.
But you know what? He is here, and I'm going to take a chance in just a moment.
Right.
Sorry. Going live tonight to talk about Tommy. We're to hopefully see if Tommy is still with us. um, I my prayers are with Tommy. I do. I've truly enjoyed interacting with that man, despite our past uh, misunderstandings and disagreements. I've enjoyed Tommy. I love that guy.
Yeah.
And Snafu may have disconnected. Um,
Oh,
Snafu is another one. You realize the only thing I've been trying to do with Snafu and others is get them to open their minds. Have you seen that?
yeah. But
He's
it's
been
like it's like a onbegonnen werk. It's like a job that never ends. You know, it's like
well, this is actually in line with the topic, though, too. And maybe I missed an opportunity with Snafu because I do have faith that there will come a time where he surrenders. He surrenders the battle so that we can talk together as friends, right?
I actually had a good conversation with Snafu once or twice. You know, that actually happened, and I was like, "Wow,
Mhm.
this is actually possible."
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is. It is actually. And
yeah.
he's shown me that. He's shown me enough, right? I am a bit of a softie. I'm willing to
Yes, you
really
are. Yes, you
be
are. We can all agree to that. Yeah.
which is funny. It's hilarious considering my reputation, though, because literally by public record, I'm unsafe. I'm too unsafe to return to work with other postal employees.
You might gather them into a militia and you know and start the revolution, right? That's very unsafe. Hmm.
No, man.
So,
A doctor said I couldn't go back to work, and so
yeah.
my coworkers stopped talking to me. It's been so funny, man. But here, I had to learn how to surrender to the life and the situations, the circumstances I found myself in.
Mhm.
Until I learned how to surrender within myself, I didn't know what direction to fight. I ended up barking at people that actually cared about me.
Yeah.
I think that's what a lot of people do. It's way we're designed. There is one universe. I
The
mentioned this.
ones you love, you hurt the most. It's just like your genes, you know, like your blue genes. I mean, not your genes, genetics, but I mean the ones you know you hurt the most. The ones you wear, often you hurt them the most, and so they, yeah, that's true, man. The ones you love, you hurt the most.
It doesn't have to be that way, though.
I know.
The ones you love, you cherish the most.
Hmm.
That's what's really real. But it is the way we're designed. The ones who we love, those who love us, they become closest to us, right? And in that intimacy, they can see us from a different perspective than us, right?
Hmm.
But if there's not trust in that love, when the outside perspective tries to point it out, then people get all defensive and get angry.
Yeah.
See, without trust, there is no love. And that might
Um,
be a separation for me from the idea of beauty. But I guess beauty is just,
Something to be. You know, you just can be beautiful. Even if nobody loves you, you can still
oh,
be beautiful, right?
Yes. But that beauty, it's found through awareness. The awareness of beauty, it can be found through presence. You got to be present to witness. And in that presence is that relationship.
Yeah, since we know that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, you got to be aware of the beholder, right? And there comes love again, right? So love is about caring about the good result, right? Not just being beautiful. What you think is beautiful or different. Like, don't paint your hair blue. Don't do that. That's not beautiful. Okay, that's like it can be beautiful though, but nah, that's not the way. No, just beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and if nobody understands your beauty, just yeah, well, just do some flowers. You know, just do flowers. Just decorate yourself with flowers, or I don't know. Somebody else might come up with a different answer, but don't decorate yourself with spikes. Okay, that's not beautiful. Don't paint your face white. Don't paint your eyebrows black. That's not. Oh, I'm not talking to you because I mean you've got eyebrows. I'm jealous of your eyebrows, dude. I've got none. Well, hardly any.
Mm. Um, this idea of growing faith through surrender, it can be considered in many different ways, right? Because if you're not really pushing yourself, there's no reason to be courageous. And I think courage is a demonstration of faith, right? Faith moving beyond the comfort zone, expanding the comfort zone into the unknown, into the uncertain, and taking that step beyond the comfortable. That's
That's the definition of faith.
yes,
Hmm.
that's what I've been learning. I've taken steps, guys. I'm all in. I'm all in on this goal and this path of mine, this life I'm living. Hey, and OTW, saw you're streaming soon. You're welcome to. Oh, I can add you as mod, I guess. But anyway, yeah, OTW is live streaming soon.
Nice. I've been missing OTW for months already. Right? Maybe even yeah, maybe even 3 months. I guess. I mean, he's been out of the loop for quite a while. I guess he's gonna make a spectacular comeback.
I hope so. I enjoy OTW. Another good guy. There's some, like I said, a very diverse, interesting collection of individuals that have gathered here, right?
True that.
Um, God is doing something with us. I mean, I really do. I can see the talent, I can see the wisdom, I can see many different possibilities. Um, the prophecy, the end times, the old ends when we commit ourselves to the new. That's the idea of the baptism as well. I
Mm.
don't I don't know if I landed my explanation earlier today, but we are within this field of consciousness. I'm convinced of it. And our brains and the biological matter, it tunes us in so we can receive into these frequencies. And then we interpret the vibrations and the energetic signals that we pick up into thoughts. And these thoughts become beliefs and behaviors and then the actions, right? And that's how our reality is created. So as more people start tuning into higher ways of thinking, walking more peacefully, sharing higher qualities and energies of life with the surroundings that we live in, it's just going to naturally compound and build. And I see that happening. Light is growing. The darkness is showing itself, the corruption. I mean, God is revealing everything for us. Everything we see in the news, whatever we discover in our life, it's a part of our life.
Yeah.
The choice is, what do you do with the knowledge you've acquired?
Yeah, that's quite a choice to make, right? And some people will just ignore it, right?
That's what, unfortunately, we've been conditioned to do, to ignore the darkness.
Just be
But,
happy. Don't worry. Be happy. And yeah, like, but
well,
we need to worry and be happy at the same time. Worry
we
and
need
be
to love.
yes, yeah,
The worry, I was considering this earlier, the worry comes from a care, right? But the
yeah.
worry and care come from an expectation. And so if we release the expectations, we don't have to worry, we don't have to care, we can just love. And with love, there's no worry. There's no worry with love. Love is the wholeness and the completion. Love is what life is about. So any time spent in worry is absent from love. We don't want to do that to ourselves. In the greater world, what I realized, I might be totally bouncing topics, but this idea of evil in the world, and there is evil in the world, God has shown to us in the public information. The Epstein class is real. The wars and the suffering and the murder and the corruption, it's all real, accepted as real. So evil will continue here on earth. For how long? How does evil continue? It continue, anything bad is allowed to continue while people are aware of it and ignore it. Why are we ignoring the evil? Why do we give it power as though we're helpless against it? We're not. I'm confident that Jesus showed us humanity, the way to be, and that we are on this timeline for a reason. And I have this theory that it might be in the future that we all join together and reclaim this world in the name of, in the ways of holiness, in the ways of love. We do it together. That's what I want to help convince Donald Trump and Congress that it's possible for us to do. That the United States can become a very integral part, which we are already. We can become an integral part towards peace on earth instead of war and militarization. What do you think the majority of people want?
Military.
You think if they knew what they were choosing or they knew what they were missing out on, you think they'd change their mind? Like if they understood the consequences of choosing the military versus the opportunities available by
I
choosing.
mean, well, I hear what you're saying, but if you see what we're up against, I
Oh,
think, yeah. I mean, these people are
well,
very violent, dude.
I, I don't care.
Well,
I, I recognize anything is possible. The reality is world life. I mean, life can be violent. It's possible part of life. I recognize that. I know that I
right.
am a man of peace. And I actually know that even those people who have learned how to survive and thrive with violence and manipulation, we're not against them. In the end, we are all in this together. Humanity is heading in directions that I'm not a prophet, but the signs I've seen of what could be happening, right, with the pole flips, the economic, political, all of these different crises happening.
Mm.
All the evidence points to the fact it's time to change, guys. That's the gospel. That's the good news that Jesus was saying. That's what John the Baptist was saying.
Hey, but Jesus also flipped the tables and with a whip, you know, enough is enough. At a certain point, enough is enough. And if they won't hear logic, because they don't hear logic, it's not something they use. The enemy doesn't use logic. The enemy
Oh,
use
oh,
suppression and violence. And so, if they don't want to hear
God.
logic, what else have you got? That's why the military is a thing.
I disagree, and I suggest that all of their violence is driven by logic. What I suggest they're not hearing is love. See, and in the absence of love, we jump to conclusions. We don't follow logic through to the appropriate conclusion. When you're
I hear
short,
what you're saying, Jack, but why? I mean, you know why there are prisons, right? Because some people are just unteachable, or some
you,
behavior, some misbehavior is just unteachable. They won't learn. You can't you can't re-educate them. Some people get out of jail and start all over again, just like you know, you know what I'm
right,
saying. So,
right.
I
Well,
mean, how do you equate love to that situation?
well, I certainly don't equate love to for-profit prisons because the way I see it, for-profit prisons, right? The selfishness of generating profits from the imprisonment of other human beings, it creates a demon and a beast that eventually will start feeding off of the innocents. And that's what we've seen. We've seen communities and police officers stacking, and it's not everywhere, it's not every place, but there has
Right.
been,
That's a very American thing, right? Profit prisons. Yeah. Okay, but I hear what you're saying here.
it creates a space for evil in the community. So rather than just create a space to hold what we are calling evil, it really creates a space for evil to be in that prison, whether it's through the oppressive system, 23 hours a day of solitude. And I mean, this shit is the stuff, the stuff I've heard is just so heartbreaking because if not if when and here we are living through this time through the advancements in technology, real people putting pieces together, dedicating their lives, there are so many different ways to help people heal, and it's broken people who hurt others, and we live in a society that profits from breaking humans down.
Yeah.
Let's fix the systems. When we fix the systems, people won't be enslaved to the almighty dollar. And we'll start working together to make sure that resources are distributed more compassionately, make sure that education and support, healthcare, all these things, we can work together towards sustaining life instead of trying to exterminate it.
I'm with
What?
you on that. So, in opposition of the for-profit prisons that you speak about, there's this system. I forget whether it's Norwegian or Finlandian. I think it's Norwegian. Have you heard about the Norwegian prisons?
They're like apartments, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Community living type of thing. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I think I thought it was
And,
Finland actually, but you might be
yeah,
right.
yeah. But so whether it's a Norwegian or Finland, that's besides the topic. But it's one of the, yeah. It's not Sweden. It's Norwegian or Finland. But they have very good results. Very
Yes.
good results, right?
Yes.
Because they treat the people like they're human beings, not like they're animals.
Right.
And so, yeah, well, there's that love coming in, right? There's that love and that attention for good results, right? There's that attention for good results. So, what do we have to do to get a good result, right? This is what we have to do.
Love really is the answer.
Yeah.
It's through compassionately caring for each other, for ourselves, right? We're all on this path, and all of us need to learn how to stop beating ourselves up, right? Kind of confronting and setting aside any critical, negative inner voices, allowing ourselves to feel compassion, to be with compassion, so we can share that with others.
Yeah.
And I see this, boy, I really do. I do see the world changing. I heard it pointed out, right, in the concept of light, and it is God and light and love. Those are, I think, all together. When the light grows, as the light ascends and grows stronger, the shadows become, well, they're coming out as well.
Hmm.
The way I see it, God gave us a perfect story. I started down this earlier, sorry. God gave us a perfect story and a perfect example with Jesus. He did the hard part. He did everything perfectly, right? So that we could know how to become perfect. And what he did is he was a true messenger of God's light, of God's love. What he did is he spoke only truth perfectly from the way it's written. The red letters, man, it's like perfectly sound wisdom every time. and But I think what we are here to do, rather than one doing it, there are many. And as the many start working together and leading, we will be shining the light on the darkness. That's what I mean. There's a lot of people right now shining the light of awareness and the truth, showing the truth of the darkness, exposing the corruption. That's what a lot of the release of these redacted Epstein files was about.
I think they're gonna make a new law. Keep the darkness dark. I think there's gonna be a law. Keep the darkness dark. Because I mean, that's me, and well, I mean, I'm saying it, but keep the darkness dark. I think they're gonna make a law like that. We're not hiding this for nothing. It's because we don't want you to see it, and now that you saw it, we're gonna blame you. That's pretty much the era that we're in, right? It's like the Nick Shirley Act. Have you heard that? The Nick Shirley Act. Yeah, it's actually called the Nick Shirley Act. You know Nick Shirley, right?
Yes. And so there's a government act a bill being brought,
Yeah,
something.
yeah, and it's passed. It's passed. It's
Dude,
passed.
this is the thing. I don't, I
They
hear a
passed
lot
that
of,
law, and it's called the Nick Shirley Act, or against Nick Shirley, or Stop Nick Shirley Act. It's crazy, man. This is the world we live in. Like,
it is,
yeah,
and we can change it. That's the
yes,
thing.
yes, we can. I mean, there's also good news. I mean, there is certain counties that actually were able to stop the data centers, right? That just
Well, and see, this is yet another example. I mean, we've got these corporations, even if they get defeated in one community, they'll go attack another one because all they're focused on is not caring.
yeah,
It's all about the profits. And until we collectively unite together, the selfish and the greedy are going to continue buying up our freedom. I mean, they're already talking about making knowledge, making intelligence a commodity,
yeah, right.
worse than it is right now. I mean, guys, the way to control people is to limit what they can know.
Yeah, and besides that, water is being traded on the Nasdaq. And how is that even possible? It used to
So,
be a human right, but now it's being traded. It should be almost free, right? I mean, we pay money for water, but negligible, right? It's like a 10 cents per cubic, per, 10 cents per cubic meter. So 10 cents per 100 liters. That's negligible almost. But now it's being traded on the stock exchange. So yeah, that's
Hey,
a
we
major.
yeah, the commoditizing of everything. That's why I mean, it's because we live in a commercial realm. We've been bought and sold wise. Hey, we've got an amazing guest, a man I haven't spent time with in a while. Welcome back, HMFIC of Steve. How are you, my brother?
Hey, what's going on, Jack? How you been, bud?
I've been good. How have you been? It's been a while.
Yeah, just doing good, being good.
The head motherfucker in charge should be that, right? Yeah.
Hey, I was looking in your chat, and I don't know if it's trolling, but I seen people talking about that Illumitami might be dead.
No,
Is that what's going on in the panels? Are people talking about that? Or is that just fucking nobody
Glad.
knows?
I didn't see that, but who
Yeah,
knows?
this is the first I kind of heard.
Yeah.
He's disappeared. He hasn't been online from what I've seen, and his newest channel got taken away. You are doing good, brother. Look at you.
Remember my chlorinator?
I
Jesus,
do.
he
Yeah.
broke. He
Oh
broke.
man.
But I got another one.
Nice. Jesus walking on the water, blessing the home and the beings. How cool, man.
Is the end of your what? I mean, how many is that chlorinator or dechlorinator? What is that?
There's chlorine tablets in it.
That's weird, dude. I was on a holiday in Corfu, and there was this swimming pool near the hotel, and the cats actually drank from the swimming pool, and also the swallows drank from the swimming pool. So that was a sign like this is good water, man. I don't know. Well, I do know. That was a good sign.
Hmm. Hey, we've got our local journalist, investigative journalist, Snafu Crew, reporting that I believe the he is referring to as Tommy. According to
Okay.
Crew, Tommy's okay,
Okay.
and I hope
That's
he
cool.
is. I trust he is. I mean, Steve, there's something amazing. I'm still saying this stuff. There's something amazing happening in this world, this life we're living. I have a feeling the whole world is about to transform in wonderful and amazing ways.
I hope so. I'm with you. I mean, Tommy can't die that easily. He looks like a survivor, if anybody. If anybody. I mean,
Yeah, I see as I mentioned, I can relate myself with Donald Trump. I mean, when I was a young man, first joining the military, I believed in being a patriot, a nationalist. I believe in capitalism. I'd have been totally on board with everything he's saying.
when did you
Uh,
join the army? How old were you? How young were you?
I did a delayed entry program, so I signed up about almost a year before I left. I signed up when I was 17.
Uh huh.
I had my 18th birthday in basic training.
Uh huh.
Just a
That was
baby.
Oh, that explains a lot, Jack. That explains a lot.
how so? What do you mean?
No,
What do you
because they like to get them young, right?
Yeah. And poor
Yeah. Yeah.
and angry.
Yeah.
I fit the bill. I was like, sign me up. Let me
Should
go
I join
see.
just to get away from a chick?
Did you?
Yeah, swear to God. I was 19, working two jobs, going to junior college, and this chick that I worked with, she's hot, started dating her, I guess that's what you call it. And she shows up one day with this like 3-year-old little girl. I'm like, who's that? Well, that's my daughter. What? And then
What?
she had like a 10-month-old baby, and then she was all talking when she wanted to move in with me and get married. I'm like 19 years old. I was just banging her. You know what I mean? I'm like, I need to do something. I need to get the fuck out of here. I fucking went and joined the military. There you go.
That's a good reason, Steve. Wow.
That's it.
What's up,
No
Hey, I
worries.
brother?
dropped Jack. I dropped a clip in the back. If you want to play that real quick, it's just the first few seconds. Just showing Tommy's okay.
Jack's not gonna play it.
Come on, Jack. You got to admit that's Tommy, and he's sleeping it off.
Yeah,
Oh shit!
down, but
So don't worry, Tommy's okay. He's just sleeping it off, folks. Be blessed.
I do see some similarity there. Holy cows, man. Too funny. Oh, I could share that for folks.
That's funny. That's funny.
Where were we at?
We're
Well, I'm gonna
talking-
bounce off here, Jack. I was just I don't want to interrupt you guys' conversation, but I was just curious if that about that Tommy issue. It seems like it might be not what I thought. So, but you guys have a good day, and I'll see you later.
Much love, Steve.
Yeah.
Great to see you again. And yeah, blessings to you and the family. Well, brother, I don't know that I'm going to keep going much longer myself. What are you feeling?
No, I'm okay with that. I mean, I was just trying to entertain the show a bit. You know, I'm glad that some other people joined.
Me too. I appreciate you joining for sure. Thank you.
I think we had quite a good conversation. I mean, you're always willing to answer my questions, you know, in a truthful way. So yeah, that alone stands out. You know, not anybody is willing or able to do that. So thank you, Jack. See you on the next one. Ciao.
Much love, boy. Sincerely appreciate you, brothers and sisters, to all of you who tuned in, whether live or later. My sincere gratitude and appreciation for all of us. The reminder, sincerely, just to recap what I started with in the beginning, the reminder you are here for more than you dreamed. Allow your mind to move beyond what you might have remembered, what you might have thought, especially if you find yourself with just unpleasant results. Give yourself permission. Invite the Spirit of God, the Spirit of love to lead you beyond the limitations so that you can find the highest perspective available to you. And if you seek within your heart, right, you bring your mind down in order to raise your heart and mind up together, you can move beyond the problems in order to see the answers that love might bring. But it requires a willingness and the faith in order to surrender beyond the limitations. Hey, we've got a guest returning. DNW, my brother, welcome back.
Yeah, do you know what? I was scrambling to get to my PC because I was listening to you on the way home. I was enjoying the conversation, Jack, as always. But just as I get on and turn my computer on, you're going. So that's sod's law. That's the way it is. But you know, you've done very well today. Thank you very much. Peace be upon you. And yeah, it's just a shame I missed it.
Hey, no, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for, even if it's brief, for you to swing through. Thank you. Because last time you were here, it was a little chaotic. We got a little rowdy, but I do truly enjoy you, and I hope that wasn't missed. I appreciate who you are.
No, Jack. You know, I'm not going to say I'm perfect. As I said yesterday, Mr. Crazy Guru, he does bring out my bad side, and that shows I have work to do. You know, I do have work to do. I can't come on here and say I'm the guru. You know, I'm a prophet. I'm none of that. I'm an imperfect human being, and I have work to do.
You know what?
So thanks for
Actually,
bringing that to my attention.
hey, actually, it's divine. It's divine that everything happens. I think we agree there. But what I saw was very similar, and you two are quite different, but you're also quite similar. And I think that's why we've met each other, because I'm the same way. I can be hard-headed, impatient. I can be downright rude sometimes. Not saying
Well,
you
we're
guys
only human.
at all.
We're only human. Let's not get carried away here. We are only human beings. And we're all sinners. We're all covered in muck.
Well, we all have
Oh,
that
go on.
potential. We all have that potential of sin. And yes, there is the human side of us. And yet there's also a greater aspect of us.
Oh, no,
that
there
over-
is. I'm not saying there isn't, Jack, but we are sinners at our core. I'm sorry to say that, Jack, because Jack,
I
you say
disagree.
you're not sinning. I say inaction is sometimes a sin.
Okay. But let me ask you, are you sinning now?
Yes, because I'm
What
not
is-
doing enough. I'm not doing enough.
Oh.
That
But
too is a sin.
according to what standards? Who determines? How is that? How
Well, if you
is
want to
that
compare it to
determined?
somebody like Jesus, for example, the perfect being, well, of course I'm a sinner. I'm not doing enough. I'm not reaching my full potential. I'm not trying my hardest. I'm not. I don't know if you are, but
Okay.
I'm not. I mean, you could stay on here. You don't have to go right now, Jack. You could stay on here. You could keep going. Yeah.
I can
But
do
you want to go.
whatever I want.
Yeah. But is it enough?
Well, that's always the question. But you mentioned Jesus. And what I believe he was trying to show us is to have faith in the nature of goodness, right?
Mm.
The supreme goodness called the
Right.
Father.
Yeah. I know that. But isn't that where all goodness comes from? I'm not capable of emanating goodness myself. Do you not think goodness comes from outside of us? That look, Jack, let's be honest, if we were left to our devices by ourselves without this God, we'd be pieces of shit. I'm sorry to say that.
I disagree. Well, I don't know that we would exist without God. We could
Without
not.
God waking you up, would you not just be a terrible degenerate?
No, I'd be dead.
You'd be dead. Okay, but
Yeah.
your life would have been one of a woeful waste.
Oh, yeah, dude. Before.
Yeah. This is what I'm saying.
But here, the way I see it is it's by grace, right? It is by grace that we find the strength, we find the courage, we find the willingness, all of those things. But it all is by the grace of some divine goodness. Had I not changed, I mean, I was on a path where I was literally trying to die. I was praying for death, and I felt miserable in life. And so I wasn't dying and I wasn't on a path of doing something drastic, because I did know I had people who loved me. I didn't
I
know
heard
what
your
that
testament.
meant.
How long ago was that, Jack, that you at your worst? Remember you said you were an unhealthy man, drinking, eating junk food, living a kind of slovenly life. How long ago was that? You look remarkably well now.
Thank you. Well, for me to change, I checked myself into detox, and I hit my 10-year anniversary a couple of weeks ago. So about 10 years, a little over 10
I remember you telling me this. So about over 10 years ago.
Yeah. Dude, I was at least 65 pounds heavier than I walk around right now. I was a wreck, and I didn't see myself as a wreck because I had job security, I had reliable transportation, I had a little extra spending cash,
Right. Yeah, I know. Mr. Big Balls. I know.
But this is my theory.
Go on.
No, please go ahead.
I think that's the trajectory of a lot of us men. Eventually we swing our nuts around, and our bellies move out because of our lifestyle and our hedonism and all that. But the point is, eventually you get broken down somehow or other, and you realize you have to change. Now, the thing is, some might say that's just, nature. You can't operate at the highest level of hedonism forever because, we're mere human beings. So it could be just nature. There doesn't need to be God. But the other side of it is, yeah, perhaps it's a spiritual thing. Perhaps it's a path. Perhaps it's a journey. You're allowed to try something, and it's basically at the end of the day to show you that you were a clown, you were a moron, you weren't switched on. You were a joker. You thought something was more important than what is important. And the thing that you thought was important, Jack, was getting your end away, filling your gob with nice junk food, and swilling back beer. That's it. You were closed-minded, as was I, and you weren't thinking about bigger issues, the important issues. Why are we here? What are we doing? No, it was, how can I
Right.
get my end away?
I realized, well, when I left home, I didn't know it, but I left with a lot of mommy and daddy issues.
How old were you?
I was 17.
Same here, Jack. I was 17 when I left as well. And I was a kid. In fact, I think I've always been a big kid. I think I went from like being a kid to being a man, and the phase in between was just kid to man. There wasn't I don't know if there was even a teenage years. I was just a big kid all the time. An out of control kid.
Well, I picked up, in hindsight, my parents actually, my mom and my stepdad, they actually did an amazing job for me. They did a lot of really good things for me to prepare me for later in life. But the other side, there was also a lot of I picked up and left with a lot of very poor and unhealthy habits, such as a lot of worry, a lot of anger. And I thought that was normal. And so I created and I lived a life that with me was a lot of anger and a lot of worry. And the two apparently drove me nuts because I couldn't find joy or gratitude anymore.
Mm. Mm. Yeah.
But about 10 years ago, I started this path of transformation for myself. I started living a new life January 1st of 2018. That's where I
Right.
consciously looked at myself and said, nope, no more, dude. You got to change.
Change or die.
Well,
You
I'd already
die.
gotten, in a way, yeah. Well, no, by then it was more love. I'd had by January 1st, 2018, I had just recently had a spiritual awakening, had a shift in my consciousness. And now all of a sudden, love was with me. And I tell you what, love transforms. I'm evidence of this. Year of 2018 was a year of transformation for me.
Were
I
you
didn't know
really a
what.
horrible bastard, Jack? I mean, I know you're a bit of a glutton and you like to chase the ladies, but were you a horrible bastard?
No,
No. You were just maybe
no,
self-loathing and maybe chasing fun a bit too much, not thinking about the big
no,
picture.
not
No,
even
not
that.
even that.
I was just overextending myself.
Mm.
I found my value in the approval of others. And
Uh-huh.
so I dedicated myself. Well, I spent a lot of time learning and becoming very proficient at my job. So I got the approval and acceptance of the employer. And then through the union, I ended up, that took more of my time and attention than it should have. Um, I don't remember what I said I was in evidence of. I think evidence of love being The power of transformation.
Hmm.
My inner state. I wasn't a bad guy, but I was known for yelling at people. Right? I was I was emotional, but I presented myself and I kind of learned how to grind my teeth and fit in. But I was miserable. For many years, I was suicidal. I wanted to die. I
Really?
did not want to live. And at that time, I had secure job. I had health benefits, putting away for retirement. I had a son with me part of the time. I had so many reasons to be excited for life, but I couldn't find it.
I hear you. I hear you.
But this brings me to something I was considering earlier today. The objective reality. The objective reality is true. It is real. It's as real as we are real, right? It's a part of us. But this objective reality that we all share and all experience, every one of us is going through it with this veil of beliefs, of memories. Those beliefs and memories often prevent people from seeing what is true and what is clearly true. I experienced that. I lived in a fog of confusion, not realizing how much I had been retarding myself just through the habits of my thoughts.
You weren't taught to think as a youngster properly, perhaps. I mean, look, it's all very well we learning, the Bible, going to school and that, but I mean, is it not the case, Jack, that the vast majority of us were never taught, to think critically about
No,
anything? We were
no.
just taught to regurgitate stuff on a page, memorize things, but not think about them.
Well, and this is where my parents did a lot of good for me. There was a lot of required reading assignments given to me when I was a child. Um, and so I was provided a broad perspective on religions, on nutrition, on life, even at a very young age. But then the society, it's all about memorization and conditioning. And so what happened with me is I was given my stepfather was a brilliant man, just absolutely brilliant, but I didn't have a close relationship with him. It was we were separated by fear. The fear within me kept us apart. But watching him and observing him, I saw how he thought. And then in my life, as it continued, I recognized strong minds and started learning how to think. I took us away, but the answer to your question is I had normalized confusion. I knew how to think, but I didn't know how to stop thinking. I didn't know how to relax. And I think that's what a lot of people in today's world are suffering from. They don't know how to rest and relax into a state of bliss and love.
They don't know how to meditate. To
Right.
self-soothe, Jack. Self-soothing is something I feel that most people are lacking in an ability to do. Most people can't even sit still in their own company for 5-10 minutes without seeking something external, be it stimulation of the electronic device in their pocket, or making contact with someone on social media, or trying to reach out to someone. They just can't self-soothe. They just can't bear their own company, their own inner thoughts, their own inner mind. And that, to me, Jack, is something one has to overcome. One has to be able to sit still in a quiet room and not seek any stimulation, not seek any external help. You have to sit with yourself and master your own mind, beat your own demons.
Well, and that now I've lost where it was you had mentioned it previously, but how I just took myself off again.
It's
Sorry.
okay, Jack. This is in many ways, this is the beauty of live streaming. They are in many ways a kind of stream of consciousness, and sometimes things come and go, and it is kind of like a social meditation. You're talking, I'm talking. Sometimes we go here, there, and everywhere, and it doesn't make much sense, like in totality. But there's little glimmers of what I would call gnosis, little specks of meaning that hopefully resonate with others and with ourselves as we talk. So it's nothing to worry about. I do that all the time. Have these little brain farts where I forget what the hell I'm on about, but it's okay. The show keeps flowing. Life keeps going. Existence is existence. Existence is unchangeable as a background phenomenon. It's always there.
Yeah. We just got to be with that which is there. Hey, we've got a friend, OTW. Welcome, brother.
Yo.
OTW.
What's up? Mic check. How's my mic?
You sound solid. You sound good, man.
Long time no see. Yeah. I mean, well, besides when I watch you, I mean, we were like, I rarely chat. I have no time. I'm so busy in the past few months that haven't had any time to stream. Been working like on the land, really doing the like the homesteading thing. Really working hard on that. Made some muscles on the way too. All that lumberjack work is just crazy.
I bet. Homesteading is a lot of labor, man.
Oh yeah.
I mean, a lot of people talk about it like it's a dream, and yeah, it is a dream, but there's a shit ton of work. When you're out on your own, you got to do it on your own. It's majority of the time, that's what it is.
It's wild. It's like it's hands-on experience. It's like, it's pretty much something I've never done before. And now, we've been talking about it so much in the past few years that I said, like, okay, well, this year I'm just going to do it, right? It's like I'm not going to sit around and talk on a stream about it and dream about it and end up never doing anything about it. I just, like I said, screw it. Now I'm going to go for it, and we've reached a certain point where it's like, I can't wait to see the light at the end of the tunnel. It doesn't seem like it's ever going to show. Oh my God, it's tremendous. I've been doing like 14 to 16 hours a day, waking up, 5 in the morning and going to bed at like 10, 11 at night, completely burnt, yeah. So that's what I've been doing.
Some of us do that every day, all the time.
Yeah,
working
but it's
construction. It's good.
No, but it's yeah, it does feel good, but it's like it's not the same thing when you're working like say a 16-hour shift for someone else because you're getting paid for it, and doing it for yourself, for your future and the future of the ones you love and everything.
I suppose
it's complete, and you're not getting paid for that.
Depends on the way you look at getting paid. You're getting. It's still a motivation, isn't it? At the end of the day, to better your life and the lives of those around you.
Yeah, it's the gratification. It's
Wow.
You feel grateful afterwards. It's like for what God has given you to take care of. And I've been kind of like procrastinating on that side. I was like, I haven't really put that much time into it. So I guess like this year is the year where I'm actually doing it.
Right. Jack, are you going to be around much longer? Because I was going to stream. Do you want me to stream this to my channel if you're going to be around much longer? I don't know. We're not going to be around much longer.
Actually, I was heading towards wrapping up right about when you showed up. I was going to send us over to OTW, but is there a reason you don't have yourself set up for others to raid to you?
I do. I do.
No,
I'm supposed to be
I've got a set to go over to you. Once
I don't
once we're
know.
done.
I'm not sure how you do that. Are you on StreamYard?
You got to do
Yeah,
it in YouTube directly.
yeah.
Oh, right.
In the
So,
YouTube studio
Yeah.
under
mhm.
settings, and I think it's under the community tab, if I remember right.
Something like that. Yeah.
And it's an option, allow others to raid or redirect, something like that.
Okay, yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Because I had seen you going or starting up even near the time I was wrapping up, and I went. There's a couple of times I wanted to send over to you. Hadn't
Okay,
able.
buddy. Appreciate that.
Um,
And vice
hey,
versa. I'll look into that. I'll look into that, Jack. You know.
please do, please.
Yeah.
But
All right,
yeah,
Jack. Well, I'm gonna take my leave now, and I'm gonna listen to you wrapping up. Nice to meet you, OTW, and thanks to everybody in the
Nice to
chat
meet
who said
you,
hi. Nice.
DNW.
Yeah. You too, buddy. And Lindsay, good to see you in the chat as well. Haven't seen you in a while. Take care, everyone. Bye.
hey, much love. Appreciate you swinging through for sure. And as for you, like I said, I got JG and Steven in the back, but I don't really want to bring either of them up, to be honest.
I wonder why. Hey, dude. Like you're welcome to come on over if you want to have a chit chat and continue on sharing your ideas. You're always welcome, as you do know. So anyway, all right, I'll be out of here too, and I'll let you finish up. All right, have a good one, Jack.
Hey, much love to you. I appreciate you swinging through. And we are set. We're going to be sending over those who wish. We're going to go visit OTW. The topic today, growing faith through surrender. Really, the path is so simple. The path is so true. And the answers have been for us forever. Let go of the ways of the world, every belief, every limitation, everything that you might find in your mind. If it doesn't come from the heavenly realms, if it doesn't come with love, it might not be for you. Let go of that which is not for you. How do you know what is for you? Trust that love is for you. Okay. Trust that the truth is for you. Life is for you. And then figure out, what does that include? What does life include? What does truth include? What does love include? Well, it includes everything. Everything is for you. But if you're attached to things and ideas are things, if you treat yourself like a thing, or you see others things and you just want to accumulate and control things, you'll drive yourself mad. And that's the state of our world. So let go of the world. Let go of the world and any limitations you might believe in. Surrender the ideas of can't. Allow yourself to feel and to know the possibilities that there's answers beyond what you know. I can explain through my experience what I've witnessed in applying these ideas and trying these ideas. Have I had miracles? Have there been miracles shown like Jesus? No. But that's not my path, right? That's not what God wants for me. What God wants for me, what I believe is what God wants for you and for all of us. To be with love. To surrender what was in order to be with what is, and through what was and what is, you get to discover what may become. So be with that becoming, right? Let the becoming be with you so that the growth comes through you. These are my clumsy ways of explaining it. I hope it's landing. I do appreciate all of you guys, brothers and sisters. Thank you to all. I think it's time to wrap up, though. Share some love if you stick around. Forward over to OTW. Till next time, choose love, peace for everyone, walk with faith, and live without fear. Thank you again, and God bless us all. Peace.